Okay, good morning, all. Welcome to Lakshya Academy. This is the part 19 of excretory products and their elimination. In this part, we are going to learn mechanism of concentration of filtrate. How the renal filtrate or ultrafiltrate or glomerular filtrate or primary urine or tubular fluid gets concentrated. Okay, mechanism of concentration of filtrate. Okay, the filtrate that is formed here, this is the matter given in NCRT as well as in state textbook. Okay, it is very important. Most of the students cannot understand this one because the diagram, they don't understand the way they presented the diagram is not right. That's why they find it difficult to understand. Okay, see here. Okay, mechanism of concentration of the filtrate. The filtrate that is formed here, that is called glomerular filtrate. As I told you here, what is the osmolarity of that fluid? That is 300 milliosmoles. 300 milliosmoles is the osmolarity of the filtrate. But the urine that is going out of our body, okay, the osmolarity of urine is 1200. How it becomes concentrated, how 300 ml filtrate becomes 1200 milliosmol urine, how the primary urine which has osmolarity of 300 and it is converted to finally urine which has osmolarity 1200. That means four times our urine is concentrated to our body fluid, four times. Our blood osmolarity is 300 and 3, 6, 9, 12. Our urine osmolarity is 1200. That means it is four times concentrated. How it becomes concentrated? What are the structures that are going to play an important role in achievement? Okay, mechanism of concentration of the filtrate. Mammals have the ability to produce concentrated urine. What type of urine? Concentrated urine. The Henle's loop, what are the structures that are going to play an important role? Here, human kidneys can produce urine nearly four times concentrated than the initial filtrate form. The initial filtrate formed here, the osmolarity, look at this one, this is 300 milliosmol, that is the initial filtrate, primary urine. But okay, human kidneys can produce urine nearly four times concentrated. The urine that is going out of our body, its osmolarity is 1200. How human kidneys can produce urine which is four times concentrated than the primary urine or ultrafiltrate or renal filtrate or glomerular filtrate or initial filtrate. Okay, let us. What are the structures involved here? The Henle's loop and vasa recta play a significant role in this. What are the structures that play an important role in producing concentrated urine? The two things here you can see them: loop of Henle and vasa recta. Loop of Henle. This is the loop of Henle, very long. What kind of nephron is it? Is it a juxtamedullary nephron or cortical nephron? Can you answer that? Can you question yourself whether you can answer, whether your answer is right or not? This is the juxtamedullary nephron, which play an important role in the formation of concentrated urine. Now here we are talking about juxtamedullary nephron. In this nephron, how concentrated urine is formed. Okay, here two things are playing an important role in it, in the formation of concentrated urine. What are those two? Loop of Henle, it is very important bit. Okay, loop of Henle and vasa recta. Okay, those are the two structures. That is one point. The loop of Henle or Henle's loop and vasa recta. Vasa means blood vessel, recta means straight blood vessel, which play an important role, significant role, important role in the formation of the concentrated urine. Okay, can you answer now? What are the two structures that play an important role in the formation of concentrated urine? What are they? Okay, vasa recta and Henle's loop. Observe here. The flow of filtrate in the two limbs of Henle's loop. What are the two limbs of Henle's loop? Henle's loop is like a hairpin. Henle's loop is like a hairpin. Okay, Henle's loop is like a hairpin. Okay, Henle's loop, the flow of filtrate in the two limbs of Henle's loop is, okay, it is in opposite direction. Thus, the flow of filtrate in the two limbs. Okay, imagine this is the hairpin. This is the hairpin. Okay, which consists of two limbs. It consists of two limbs. Okay, imagine this is one is a descending limb. Another one is the ascending limb. How many limbs are there in a Henle's loop? Two limbs. Descending limb of, this is called descending limb of Henle's loop, and this is called ascending limb of Henle's loop. Okay, that is one thing. Two. This is one limb. This is the another limb. Two limbs are there. Okay, now see here. Okay, this is the one limb, descending limb, and this is the another limb, that is the ascending limb. Okay, the filtrate, if you observe here arrow marks, carefully observe the arrow marks. Okay, one arrow mark is coming down here, that means filtrate is coming in this direction. In the other limb, it is going in the upward direction. That means the flow of filtrate in the two limbs is quite opposite. This is called counter current. One current is coming like this, one current is going like. Current means flow. Flow of electrons. You might have learned in physics. Current is the flow of electron. Here the filtrate is a one. Okay, in the descending limb, it is coming like that. In ascending limb, it is coming down and turning here, and it is going up. Okay, observe here. The flow of filtrate, primary, that means ultrafiltrate, glomerular filtrate, in the two limbs of Henle's loop, is in opposite directions. Thus forms a counter current. Counter opposite flows. Come to the next one. Another counter current, let us see. The flow of blood through the two limbs of vasa recta. The flow of blood. Okay, here this is the vasa recta. They have cut and put here. Okay, this is the vasa recta. Okay, here there is a vasa recta. Okay, that vasa recta is here. Okay, this is the vasa recta. Okay, you can see here. Okay, this is the vasa recta. You can also see here. Okay, this is the red color one. This is the vasa recta. If you observe this vasa recta, the flow, observe here. Okay, the flow is blood is coming in this direction and going in this direction. That means it is also opposite. Okay, come to this one, loop of Henle. Okay, in the loop of Henle, see the full flow, filtrate flow. This is the blood flow. This is the filtrate. These two are opposite, and these two are also opposite. This one and this one opposite. This is one counter current, and this is the second counter current. That means blood flow, this one. And observe these two. Here the filtrate is going in this direction. Here blood is. This is also one counter current. Observe another counter current. Okay, this is the filtrate going in upward direction, but blood is coming downward direction. This is also counter. This is counter current. Okay, like that, you observe here four counter currents. One between the two limbs. The filtrate is flowing in opposite direction. The blood is flowing in opposite direction, and the filtrate and blood is flowing in opposite direction. What is this limb? Okay, very very important point. Remember, listen. This is the descending limb of vasa recta. Okay, these are the things you have to remember very carefully. Okay, this is the descending limb of vasa recta, but this is the ascending limb of vasa recta. This is the descending limb of Henle's loop, but this is the ascending limb of vasa recta. Okay, that's you have to understand. Look at your textbook diagram. This is the descending limb of vasa rectum, and this is the ascending limb of vasa recta, and this is the descending limb of Henle's loop. This is the ascending limb of Henle's loop. Observe here. Okay, textbook diagram. Now I am putting this U shape here. Put this diagram here. Okay, put this diagram here, and then you can observe this is the descending limb here, this is a downward flow, here upward flow, and okay, these two come side by side. If the flow is downward direction, this is an upward direction. Okay, that's what I explained you in this diagram. Okay, right. The flow of filtrate is in opposite direction, thus form a countercurrent. The flow of the blood through the two limbs of vasa recta is also in opposite direction. It also in a countercurrent pattern. Next, another important thing, the proximity between these two for the formation of concentrated urine, and another important requirement is proximity, nearness between the Henle's loop and vasa recta. They are not so far, they are very close. Proximity, nearness. The proximity between the Henle's loop and vasa recta as well as counter current in them help in maintaining and increasing osmolarity towards the inner medullary interstitium. Okay, this point is very important. The proximity between, observe these two here, they are very close. Okay, these two are very close, and these two are the very close. You can observe here, these two are very close. Okay, that means loop of Henle is very close to vasa recta. That means there is a proximity, a nearness. The proximity between Henle's loop and as well as counter current in them. Okay, these two help in maintaining increasing osmolarity. Here you can see increasing 300, 600, 900, 1200. Okay, this osmolarity increasing from cortex to medulla. Okay, in that process, in this increasing osmolarity, these two play an important role. Okay, help in increasing osmolarity towards that is 300 milliosmoles in the cortex, 300 milliosmoles in the cortex in 300, and 1200 milliosmoles in the inner medulla. Okay, in increasing that osmolarity, okay, who are going to play an important role here? Henle's loop and vasa recta proximity, and the other one is the counter current in them, opposite flow in them. Okay, right. Next point, I would look at these notes here. Counter current mechanism. Renal fluid flow in descending limb and ascending limb of Henle's loop in a counter current opposite direction. Renal fluid. Observe here. This is the renal fluid flowing in opposite. The renal fluid flow in descending limb and ascending limb is an opposite here. Downward arrow. This is upward arrow. Next, the blood flow in the descending limb. This is the descending limb. The blood flow in the descending limb of vasa recta and ascending limb of vasa recta. This is also one counter current. Next, the renal fluid flow in Henle's loop and blood flow in the vasa recta is counter current. I told you this one. Okay, here this is the renal fluid, this is the blood. These two are also in opposite. This is coming down, this is going up. This is going up, this is coming down. Okay, these two are also in opposite direction. Next, the proximity of who? I told you here. The proximity of, what are the two structures? The proximity of Henle's loop and vasa recta also play an important role here. Okay, proximity between vasa recta and Henle's loop. Counter current multiplier system. Okay, what is the counter current multiplier system? Okay, system includes a descending limb and ascending limb of Henle's loop to produce hypertonic urine. Counter current multiplier system is the Henle's loop. Very important. Counter current multiplier system is the Henle's loop. Why Henle's loop is the counter current multiplier system, I will tell you in the next part.